Now loading podcast, period.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podcast Period, the internet's stupidest podcast. My name is Ben, and with me, as always, in person this time, is my co-host, David.
What's up, guys?
It's going to make it much easier on you to edit this episode.
It's really not that big of a difference, but it's going to make it a lot more fun. It's been how long since we've been able to do one of these in person?
I don't think we've ever...
We did the one.
No, yeah, we did the soy sauce one in person, and the Star Wars one. Star Wars recap
about
episode.
That one.
Yep.
So this would be number 3.
Yes,
but it's been a while, and it's
been a good, because we did the Star Wars one when I was up in Tennessee for Christmas. So it's been a good 6, almost 7 months.
Almost.
Yeah. So
it's the longest we've gone without seeing each other. I missed you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anywho.
All right. So this episode is going to be a little bit different. David and I have spent probably a good, 80 to 85% of the time that he's been down here just watching stuff. And one of the things that we ended up watching, that we actually ended up watching all in one day, was the Dark Knight trilogy, because David had never seen it. So we'll talk about the trilogy overall, but I want to start with okay, before we get into each individual movie, what did you think about the trilogy overall?
I actually really did like it.
Yeah?
This is probably one of the best I've seen of Batman. I mean, there's been a couple of others that you've shown me that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually really like this one. I told them earlier I might not watch this by myself. I don't have copies of it, which is the biggest reason why. But if I had copies, I might actually watch that again.
I've got 2 copies of each of the movies, so you're welcome. You're welcome to one of them.
There you go.
It's really. I'll tell the story of how that happened. I had all of the movies before. I think I have Batman Begins and The Dark Knight on DVD, and then I got Dark Knight Rises on Blu-ray. And then I think it was a couple Christmases ago, Allison, my sister, was I've told you how my side of the family, at least while I was up there, they did the
gift exchange.
Yeah, yeah. Where we selected a random person. So as it turns out, when I was up there, I got Michael both times. Michael is I don't even know how, he's my cousin's husband. And I got him the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray one year, and then I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey the next year. And then I guess last year or whenever this was, Allison happened to get Michael as well. And she bought the Dark Knight trilogy, not realizing that I had already done the same thing. So she was like, well, I don't really want it. You want it? Sure, I'll take all 3 movies on Blu-ray with all the special features. Why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Yeah. So you're welcome to the DVD copies and the Blu-ray copy of The Dark Knight Rises I've got.
See how he does me? He gives me the low-grade version.
Hey, whatever. You have a version.
I have a version. That's hey, when you have nothing, you can't complain about getting something.
Exactly. And let's be honest, DVDs aren't that bad.
No. Most of my collections are still DVD, I think.
Yeah. No, I've gotten, I want to say probably about 50% of my collection is DVDs. It's a good majority of my collection is still DVDs. But I've gotten more Blu-rays over the years, and a couple of the 4K Blu-rays that have come out. So
I think I have a total of maybe 3
Blu-rays.
That's it.
Oh, you've never been super big into collecting physical media, and I mean, I'm not like a physical media hoarder or anything like that, but I do like to own physical copies of movies. It's nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the huge collection of Disney media, but that's really it. I mean,
you have stuff on VHS for Disney, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Not that I will probably ever get to watch it again, because finding a VHS player is nay impossible.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I have them. I don't know if they'll be any good by the time I find one. I guess it just depends on how long that tape lasts.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if you don't play it, I think it lasts a good while. I mean, you're storing it in fairly favorable condition, so
yeah, it's not in a hot attic or something. So
yeah, exactly.
the heat's not getting to it. There's no moisture, so.
Anyway, so I'll get into my thoughts on the trilogy. I have seen all of these movies probably a good. I will say that The Dark Knight Rises is my least favorite, so I've seen that the least. This is probably maybe the 4th or 5th time that I've seen it. But I've watched The Dark Knight probably a good 20 times, and same thing with Batman Begins. Both of those are definitely my favorite. The Dark Knight Rises is still good, but The Dark Knight is 100% my favorite out of the three.
Out of the three, I would probably say The Dark Knight is my favorite. I think I would go Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then The Dark Knight Rises in that order.
Yeah, that's probably my order too. Yeah, I'm not saying that The Dark Knight Rises isn't good, because I think the fan reception is that it's still a pretty decent movie. It's still a pretty decent ending, and I did like the way that it ended the trilogy.
Yeah.
But it's definitely my least favorite of the three.
Yeah. But it also, I would say Bane. He's not my favorite.
Oh yeah,
but he's my second favorite.
Tom Hardy as Bane was a fantastic villain. Fantastic.
Love that.
Especially, I didn't really see the reaction on your face, and maybe it's because you didn't exactly realize what happened. But what was your thought when Bane broke Batman's back? Did you actually pick up on what was happening?
Bag or back?
Back.
This is when he had him like up above his head, right? And he was like bending.
Yes. What will break first, your spirit or your body?
Okay. Yeah. I think I realized what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I know his back was broken because, I mean, what was he limping around all over the prison for? I mean,
True.
He was clearly injured, but I don't know. I guess I didn't read into that much.
Yeah, it's not.
But now that you bring it up, it's actually a good move.
Yeah. It's they didn't do it up as much as they did in the comics. And see here, I'll see if I can pull it out.
I was gonna say, did they have like a an audio component to it? Like, could you hear anything when they broke his back?
I don't think so. Okay. So where are we at in here? It has
benefits of doing this live and in person, guys. I actually get to see what he's trying to talk to me about.
Okay, here we go. So this is the moment in the comics when you see Bane break Batman's back.
And said, "I will simply break you." Oh no! Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
see that?
Oh, that's a fat knee in there
hard.
too. Oof.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So that's it. It doesn't have the impact that it does on that page.
No,
but that's the one thing that I really, really dislike about the movie, is because that in the comics is such a big deal. Nobody has ever broken Batman like that.
Okay.
And I don't even think it's happened since.
They didn't do it the service that it probably should have.
No,
okay.
Not really.
Okay.
No.
I gotcha.
Because, I mean, you're right. They did show him limping around the prison and everything, but it didn't feel like it really had all that much of a lasting impact because he's in the prison for what, like maybe 20, 25 minutes out of the 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, it just looked like it was really bad injury. It didn't really convey that not much happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
interesting. Okay. Before we get any farther into that one, let's start with Batman Begins.
Okay.
What are your general thoughts on that?
We burned through these pretty quick, so do me a favor and give me a very quick synopsis. Give me a rundown, please.
Okay, so basic gist of the movie. This is where we see Bruce Wayne turn into Batman.
Gotcha.
He begins training with the League of Shadows. He meets Ra's or Ra's al Ghul, as it's supposed to be.
Ra's.
It's supposed to be Ra's.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But they did Ra's.
Ra's, yeah.
Which,
I mean,
honestly,
that's how it's
easier
spelled.
for me to say, so I'm not going to complain right off the bat. But
I am, because I know how it's supposed to be pronounced. But whatever. Anyway, so he eventually gets through his training with the League of Shadows.
Yep.
He betrays them, quote unquote, as it were, because
their goal and destiny is to bring down Gotham City.
Mm-hmm, yeah, exactly. Yes. So he basically burns down the League of Shadows, like literally and figuratively. Although he ends up saving his mentor, Ducard, who later we find out to be is Ra's al Ghul.
Gotcha.
So he goes back to Gotham.
Yep.
He kind of builds his persona as the Batman. And then the final showdown is between him and Ra's, and Scarecrow's kind of like going around because he's they've released his fear gas into the air.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So after that, after you've kind of figured out which one of the giant masks is Batman Begins, what do you think?
I knew what it was. I just forgot what happened in it. Which is not saying much about my memory retention myself. But I think they did a really good job of...
Speak towards the mic.
Was I not?
Yes, you were just kind of looking off.
Gotcha. So I think they did a really good job of... I like Scarecrow a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a really good job with hiding. It was the doctor, but what was the doctor's name? Sending the patients to Arkham. Getting the
Scarecrow's real name?
Yes.
I should know this. This is very, very bad. I'm going to look this up real quick. Oh, Jonathan Crane. That's his name.
Dr.
Yes.
Crane. That's right. Duh. Birds. And I even made that reference in my head. And here I am forgetting it. They did a really good job of hiding who that was.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that component. It was probably obvious for anybody else. But
I mean, anybody who's going into it knowing anything about the comics knows that Jonathan Crane is going to be Scarecrow.
Uh-huh.
So, and that happens a couple times in this trilogy, like with the next movie and Harvey Dent turning into Two-Face.
Two-Face, which Ben can stand up for this one. I actually figured that one out.
Yeah.
All by myself. I was like, wait.
You did.
Is this Two-Face? It was the coin. The coin, the double-sided head one.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got me. It's like, oh, wait, is this Two-Face?
Mm-hmm.
I finally nailed one. Didn't need any help. I was so proud of myself. But anyways, they did a really good job of hiding his identity, Craig's identity. He didn't realize he was going to be Scarecrow. But once they explained the nerve gas type deal, then I was like, okay, that makes total sense. It seems like something Scarecrow would do.
Mm-hmm.
Mass hallucinogen. But to be honest, what was that water vaporizer thing all about? That seemed like a really weak way to do that. I mean,
when you put it all together, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of with you in that.
Dispersing that through water and then relying on the entire pipeline system to kaboom. Like, come on. I don't know anything.
There was probably
engineering.
Probably an easier way to do it, but at the same time, they did everything fairly discreetly. And until the end, nobody put together that the stealing of this microwave device was connected in any way to Jonathan Crane.
No.
Or Scarecrow or whoever, you know?
Absolutely not. I had no idea who it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is this going to be used for? What's the purpose of this? This doesn't look like it's connected to anything that we've seen so far. Batman's not investigating it. It was something to do with Wayne technology, sure, but I don't even think he knew. Did Bruce know? I don't think he did.
I don't think he knew right away. Eventually, I think Lucius tells him, but
which was Freeman, right?
Yes, Morgan Freeman.
Good. Nice. Okay, getting better.
But no, he doesn't know right away.
So it was like, what is this? It just randomly happened. And once it was explained what it was, I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But that's probably why I would put that at number 2 and not number 3, because I did like how it all connected at the end. Mm-hmm. Whereas it felt like to me the entire third movie was like, meh. Except for Bane.
Yeah.
There didn't seem to be like a point to it to get to at the end. It was kind of just laid out at the beginning. Here's this device. This is what it'll do. I did like how they hid the villain the entire time. Well, the main villain's daughter, anyways, because I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
That was good, but I think that's why I would have put Batman Begins at number 2. I wasn't a big fan of the backstory, to be honest. Because I had a lot of questions to ask you on it. It's like, is this really how this goes? Like, does he go out, like, and train like this? Or, like, does he just not, like, drop into, like, some secret... I was thinking, for some reason, like, this was some secret layer that was underneath Wayne Manor. About to call it something else. I was like, Manor? That doesn't make any sense. But I was like, huh? Is this really the backstory to Batman? Because I've never seen any of it before. It's like, okay, this is new to me. But Alfred, oh God. Alfred's
Michael
so
Caine as Alfred is fantastic in all 3 of the movies.
Oh, I loved it. I think that's it for that one.
Yeah?
Yeah. What do you think?
I would have to say that it's a very, very good origin story. And I'm glad that up until this point, nobody's tried to kind of redo what they did in Batman Begins. This doesn't in any way connect to any of the other DC movies, clearly, because they change actors from Christian Bale, who was... he's not my favorite Batman, but he's definitely a better Batman than Ben Affleck. And I was looking forward to Ben Affleck as Batman.
I don't think I've seen a Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah, you did. And remember that the movie that you saw when you were getting your tires changed or whatever, Batman v Superman? Yeah. That was Ben Affleck.
No, I don't like that Batman at all.
Mm-hmm.
I had serious problems with that Batman. I was like, wait, Batman's not supposed to go around killing people.
That's what everybody else said too.
I come into this like that. I feel like that's the first one I ever somewhat watched without you, and it's like, wait, this isn't Batman. This is not what this is supposed to be.
Oh, you know, we're gonna have to. I don't know when we're gonna find time to do this, but before you leave, we're gonna have to watch my extended cut of Batman v Superman that I own, because whoo boy, whoo.
See, this guy, he's adding more to the list. The list has gotten longer since I've been here. It hasn't gotten shorter. It's gotten longer.
Oh yeah, I know. We've watched some stuff that wasn't on the list.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I still need to watch Lethal Weapon.
That's right.
And maybe that's what we can do after we're done recording this.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
Next one.
My take on Batman Begins, like I said, very good origin story. Other than that, it's not my favorite Batman movie. It, like you said, I like how it comes in together at the end, because you don't really, upon a first viewing, you're not really putting together what's happening here and what's happening there, and right up until everybody else figures it out, which is exactly how I like things to go in a movie. I enjoy figuring things out, but it's like, man, I really wish, I
didn't see that
didn't-
one coming
yeah,
10 miles away.
exactly.
Like, there's certain times where you feel vindicated that you figured it out. It's like, I did know
Yes.
this. And then there's other times it's like, oh, you just made that so blessed obvious. You just took all the fun out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate when that happens.
I feel like this probably would have been one of those times had I been able to figure it out. Like I said, I've seen this movie tons of times before, so I knew exactly what was going on. But I feel like,
with
especially
your style of deductive reasoning, because you're really good at it, and you're a lot better at me about it.
Yeah.
At first glance, without any previous back knowledge, could you figure this out? 'Cause I did.
I probably would not. I mean, they didn't give any hint as to who was stealing this microwave thing.
Okay.
Because I mean, maybe if they did, that would have been something that you could have connected to everything.
Yeah, maybe.
But
then you don't know anything about the water supply situation until well.
Oh
into
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like Scarecrow's already fully revealed all of his cards at this point, and the last DA is like right on to him, and the minute she sees everything is the minute you see that happen. And at first you don't realize what's going on. And like, what are they doing? I didn't understand what they were doing at first. But by then it's like, 10 minutes later and the whole thing's just like out in the open anyways. It's like,
pretty much.
You didn't know this was happening. You've gone over half the movie. Not one person's mentioned anything about water contamination at all.
No. Nope.
So, whatever.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't think that upon a first viewing, especially, I mean, we've got a prime example right here. So,
well, I don't know if I'm a prime example because I can be kind of a dunce sometimes.
I mean, they didn't really put their cards out in the open or anything like that. So, I feel like it was a good movie in and of itself, especially it being a Batman origin story. Gotcha. Everything worked out pretty well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything specifically that I want to talk about that we didn't already touch on, because this movie, I feel like out of the three, this is probably the most simple.
Yes.
Plot-wise.
Yes.
So
I would agree.
Yeah.
Everybody's exposed. There's no like loose tie-ins or anything. It's you get to the end, it's like, yep, that's what happened.
Yeah.
There's nothing to think about.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So, yeah, I think that's a good enough place to leave that. What would you rate this one out of 5? 5 batarangs.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear. Probably a solid 3.75.
Yeah,
I would say.
I think I would give it a 3. Yeah, I would go with you 3.75. I was going to give it a 3.5, but then I'm trying to figure out where my rating for The Dark Knight Rises would be, because I know that's under it. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think a 3.75 is right around where I want to be. Yeah. Okay, so The Dark Knight, my favorite. What did you think?
I could see why it's your favorite. I've heard this so many times, and I get it now. I think it's really, really cool. So, at first glance, oh my God, Joker. Best. This might sound a little harsh. I'm not a fan of the mask. Well, I guess it would be face paint. It was a little... I don't want to say it's too unprofessional, because, I mean, this is Joker we're talking about, and it probably would look pretty rough. His appearance was rough.
Yeah.
And at certain points in it, you could see through it, because enough of it had wiped away. And I don't really know if that was the point.
I think that wasn't... I mean, this whole universe is supposed to be more wrapped in realism than... say, like, your Marvel characters would be, like the MCU. So I think that was definitely an intentional choice, because, I mean, if you're looking at I know you haven't seen it, but the 80s Batman movie, that one also features Joker, Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Gotcha.
And they had a thick coat of paint on it.
Gotcha.
But that one was geared a little bit more towards realism, but it's not. It's like maybe a 3 or a 4 out of 10 on the realism scale, whereas this is like an 8 or a 9.
Gotcha.
So I would say the whole ragged face paint sort of look is definitely what they were going for.
So if it's the intended route,
yeah,
then they did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and I mean, there is a point in the movie where he doesn't have any face paint at all during when they're in that when they're having the. Is it a funeral for the mayor or the commissioner or somebody?
Oh yeah, because wasn't he one of the guardsmen?
Yes.
Whatever you want to call him. Gotcha. Yeah, I really liked the ever-changing backstory for the face,
scars.
for the scars on his face, on the smile.
You know how I got these scars? I can't do a good Joker voice.
Whose Joker was this?
This is Heath Ledger.
No, okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
It was locked in my brain somewhere. I think he did a really good job. I do like Hamill's voice better as Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that is like the perfect Joker. I might be wrong. You might have a different opinion on it. It's fine. Hamill's voice, I think, does it better. But Ledger, the way he looked,
mm-hmm.
the movement, the acting on it, the craziness about it, he was a good Joker.
He acts the heck out of this role.
Yes.
Like 1,000,000%.
And I absolutely loved how you told me about the part where the special effects didn't have to go. Well, they didn't go to plan.
Mm-hmm.
So he just had to completely do it right there. And it's like, oh, well, we're not going to turn this into a blooper, so we're just going to make this one work. And it's like, I don't think anybody else could have done that.
No.
Not at that moment in that style. I mean, it looked like it was completely planned.
See, the funny thing is, when he was announced for this role, everybody thought it was going to be the worst casting in history.
Really?
Because I haven't watched many other things that he's been in, but as far as I know, up until that point, he hadn't really done anything extremely serious like this. So this was like a really, really big deal that this turned out well.
I feel like Colonel Cavington in The Patriot was a pretty serious role.
Yeah?
He did a really good job with that. It's completely different than Joker as far as the mental side of things goes. But that was like a serious role that you had to get into because this guy believed in what he was saying.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he did a really good job of, I think, sticking to character for that. So I think Joker was fabulous. The entire movie is just unpredictable.
Oh.
And I loved it.
Oh, 100%.
Every single thing he did was completely unpredictable. I had no idea what was going on. The bank situation was kind of interesting at the beginning, but when Joker steps in and starts taking control of things, it's like, yeah, things are about to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Two-Face. Dent and what's the other girl's name?
Rachel.
Rachel, thank you. Him sending them to completely separate locations, knowing what Batman was, probably knowing what Batman was going to do. I'm going to say he knew.
100%.
He knew what he was going to go for.
Batman intended to go for Rachel. He said, I'm going to go get her.
Yep.
But Joker switched the locations.
Yep.
So he told Batman that Dent was in some place and Rachel was in the other, but
it was reversed.
They were opposite, yeah.
And I think that is just it's like he knew what he was doing with Dent. There's the perfect play to turn him into Two-Face. I was like, oh wow, yeah. Joker knows what he's doing. He's not taking no hostages today. He's getting business done. So I think they did a really good job of introducing Two-Face, I would say, into this version that will probably never see the light of day, unfortunately. But They did a good job of introducing him as far as that movie went.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would make more like that.
Yeah.
Who played him? I forgot.
Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. The entire thing was really good. I'm trying to think of other moments that I really, really liked.
What did you think about the ending where Batman decides
assumes
to
the responsibility for everything that Two-Face has done?
Mm-hmm.
That way, Gotham can have its perfect hero as far as Dent was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I don't like it, though.
Yeah.
I feel like Batman's the hero that Gotham... It's Batman and Gotham. What other hero does Gotham need?
Yeah. But, I mean, Batman, especially in this version, he was never really on the side of the police. Like, the police obviously cooperated with him.
Yeah.
But as far as their official position went, they were always hunting Batman. They were always on the lookout for the Batman.
Yeah, true.
So if it were to turn out that this DA that cooperated with the Batman and the police to get all of these people rounded up, who knows what could happen? If it came out that he did all of these things, these terrible things.
There'd be a lot of retrials going on, or completely dismissed trials, meaning the criminals that did get rounded up would just be right back out on the streets
Exactly,
anyway. So,
exactly.
as far as that goes, was the decision right? Yes, I think the decision was correct. And what to do. I'm just not a fan of their decision.
I got you. Okay.
It's the right thing to do, and I can't argue that it's not.
So you would agree that it makes sense in context of the movie's universe?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as they put it, it is correct, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be happy with the decision to see that it's the right decision.
Yeah. No, I got you.
It's one of those things.
I got you. Yeah. I am kind of in the same boat, but I honestly think that there's, I don't know. I think that was the perfect way to move forward. As far as the transition between The Dark Knight to The Dark Knight Rises, I sincerely...
It makes a really sloppy transition in my eyes.
Well, see, I think the original plan was, before Heath Ledger died, he was going to be in The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
I think he was going to be the main protagonist, but because of his demise, right after the movie, either right after it finished shooting or right after it released, that
was an accidental overdose, wasn't it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. So they clearly had to change plans, which is probably why the last movie feels. I mean, it's still a high budget Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
But it feels like that's not necessarily what they were planning to do. So maybe the decision would have made a lot more sense had the Joker carried on into the third movie, because, I mean, he already knew what happened with Dent. Maybe not necessarily the specifics, but he already knew everything that happened.
Yeah.
And
that would have been a really good way for him to be exposed, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Joker just exposes it all and throws the city into chaos in a different sort of way than what Bane did.
I want to get into that when we talk about the discussion, because I have a few nitpicks about how that whole thing is handled. But as far as The Dark Knight goes, like you said, I really enjoy the way that you don't know where it's going to go.
You have absolutely no idea.
No.
I didn't know the locations were going to get switched. I didn't know, of course, anybody else would know, but you didn't know at the beginning that Dent was going to be this high-level official that turns into one of the worst criminals in the Batman universe.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked how that transition played out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% positive I understand his mental state, though. I mean, did Rachel really mean that much to him? Like, he must have really hit hard for her.
I mean, I assume so. I mean, you kind of have to believe into that fact in order for his mental state at the end to make sense.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're thinking that, oh, this is just some girl that he really liked, well, then why did he go after all of these people that aided in his girlfriend's demise, in Rachel's demise, and then go after Gordon's family?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're right, it is kind of hard to see on screen because, I mean, as far as the romance goes, it's not really...
It didn't seem that insignificant to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, but it just seemed like a casual fling to me. Like, it was, getting there,
It
but...
felt like a little bit more than a casual fling to me, but it felt more like a casual relationship, I guess.
Gotcha.
I don't want to call her a fling, but it doesn't really feel like something that's going to lead into something later on down the line.
No, okay. No, it's not a fling because he did have feelings for her.
Yeah.
Whereas it wasn't intended to just be tossed aside. So I shouldn't have used that vocabulary for it, but it didn't seem like it was that stable yet.
Yeah.
Of a rock solid relationship. We'll put it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, were you really focused on that as the movie went on?
No, absolutely not. But what I did start hyper focusing on is his thought process after all that happened. Why are we going for this person, and this person when really it's not their fault? You should be going after the Joker of anybody. I mean, why are we turning to his side?
I think it's because yes, obviously the Joker is definitely at fault, but the Joker went to him and he's like, I mean, look at all these people who are supposed to be on your side that aided in the death of the woman that you loved. The 2 police officers.
Okay. So this is a critical part that I missed. What exactly happened there? Was there foul play on Gordon's team?
Yes. There were definitely
there were
dirty
insiders
cops.
that did something.
Yes,
because he made it sound like there was, because he did go after specific individuals, like a woman and a guy.
Yeah. It was the dude at the bar was the first guy that he ended up killing.
Yes, there we go.
That was the dirty cop.
Yes.
The woman in the alley that calls Gordon calls Gordon's wife to the wherever they are.
Gotcha.
I guess it's the blown up warehouse that Rachel ended up dying in. Yes. So she calls Gordon's wife to that. She is also a dirty cop, but I don't think he ends up actually killing her.
I think she got lucky.
Yes.
She got heads or whatever. She got the lucky side of the coin.
Yeah. And then he also goes, before that, he goes after Maroney, who he's a mob boss. I'm not 100% sure how he is involved in it. Maybe it's because of his involvement with the Joker.
Maybe the bank situation and all that.
Yeah,
the mob money situation.
Yes, yeah. So that could be it. And Maroney ends up not dying, but he kills the driver, which I think ends up killing Maroney.
Well,
anyway.
It's kind of seemed like that, didn't it? Because he was like, "Well, you got off lucky.
Your driver, not so much."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Shot him. Car flips over. Didn't look like anybody survived the crash, to be honest. But whatever.
Well, he put his seatbelt on, so clearly that saved him.
He's like, him not so much. Click, boom, done. I was like, well, that's an efficient way to take care of it.
Exactly. What did you think about the special effects on Two-Face's face?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I straight up told you, I think. I looked at you and was like, what is this? I didn't like it at all. It didn't seem real.
Why didn't you like it?
Okay, so how long was it that he had his face wrapped up before we unwrap his face and we see all that?
Not that long.
There's not enough blood or pus or anything. I mean, half his face is burned off. I mean, we should not... These special effects look like something that should have been a effect of what had happened, but like several months down the road. Like...
Yeah, maybe.
And I don't know. His eye could have done something better. It looked too pristine to me. Like, come on, half his face is blown off.
Yeah, I could see
and
that.
look how pristine this one eye is.
Well, excusing the medical accuracy of it, what did you think of how the effects actually looked?
How they actually looked? They looked really good.
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
I'll give you that, yeah. I'm not one to really get hung up on all the medical stuff in movies. I don't particularly care. I'm more one to be like, you know what, that might happen. I don't know. Whatever.
They did a really good job. It looked like it was well placed. It looked like it looked atomically correct.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked too good considering how recent the accident was. It was like,
yeah.
Could you guys not? He should be bleeding out of this.
Yeah,
right
that's something that you probably have to do a little bit of suspension of disbelief with. But I personally think the effects look fantastic for his face.
Do we know how they did that? This was makeup, wasn't it? Special effects makeup.
That's all CGI.
Was it CGI?
Mm-hmm.
All of it?
Yep, the whole thing.
Oh,
yeah.
They did a really good job with the stitching and everything because it didn't look out of place at all.
Yes,
not once.
It was fantastic.
The movement. Everything. It looked like it was perfect the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I'm actually really shocked now.
Yes.
That actually increases my level of happiness about that.
If you watch his fake eye too, you can see it move in concert with his real eye. So it makes it look so much more real than it could have been.
Yeah.
Just that little detail right there.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't realize that. I mean, I knew some of it had to be CGI.
Yeah.
But I thought there was at least like a layer of something there to like do something with.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
No.
Holy cow.
I don't know if he had like a green screen on half of his face or if they just painted out half of it. But it's all CGI.
Oh, goodness gracious. When was this movie made?
I want to say this one was 2008.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd have to say they did a really good job then.
Mm-hmm.
Holds up a lot better than some of the other movies from that era. I hate when you can clearly see something that like just phases through the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you get a glimpse of something that's obviously not supposed to be like, well, you forgot to edit that part out. Thank you very much. If you saw any of the wires out of Batman's costume or something.
Oh yeah,
that would totally give it away. I found it very interesting when you told me that this was the first movie they actually got Batman's head to be able to turn inside the costume because they had trouble with that the first time. I was like, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I really paid attention to it much.
I don't know if that's because they just didn't think about it, but it definitely made the acting in this one feel a lot more natural and a lot less stiff when he's in Batman costume.
Instead of just turning, like whole body turning.
You don't really notice it because I don't think they really have him turn his head that much in the first one. Maybe because of that.
Yeah. But
when he does, you definitely see like, oh, he's not trying to turn his head. He's got to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I speaking of the costume in this one, I thoroughly enjoyed this one more. I think a lot more than I did the Batman Begins version of it.
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was a really cool costume. I kind of wish we had a little bit more technology, like Lucius had picked up a couple of more gadgets along the way to dispense at Mr. Wayne's exposal without too many questions, as he so elegantly put it. And who am I to question you?
Exactly, yeah.
I found that very funny, too. I loved Lucius in all these, too.
Oh, yeah, he's great. He's great.
I can't think of any particular side character that I didn't really love. out of that movie at all. Like, they were all really good. I love Alfred. Lucius was really good.
Yep.
A couple of the other ones. Rachel. Fantastic. Loved it all. So, I like it. What else?
I can't think. I can't think of anything else that I'd want to talk about this movie. The scene where that dude tries to blackmail Lucius because he found the plans for the Tumblr. So you
think? How did you can do it better?
Yeah,
I don't know. So you do it.
I can do the gist of it because I don't remember the exact thing. But he's like, so you think that this guy, your boss, a billionaire, goes around beating people up at night, and your plan is to blackmail this person?
Like, you realize how crazy this is going to make you sound, right?
Yeah.
Like, anybody going to believe that? Because I'm not. It was perfect. The look in his face is like, wow. Yeah. This is unbelievable.
Let me get this straight. You think that your client, one of the wealthiest, most powerful men in the world, is secretly a vigilante who spends his night beating criminals to a pulp with his bare hands, and your plan is to blackmail this person? Good luck.
And
beautiful.
The look on his face is like, yeah. All the spirit in his eyes just went away in that very instant. And then you just see Lucius with that look on his face is like, yeah, you try that again. I dare you.
Do it. Do it. Do it. I dare you. I'm going to send the Batman after you, bro. Too good. Too good. And then he ends up later on the news and Joker almost gets him killed. Oh, man. Beautiful.
Oh, okay. I do have one more. I don't know if it's going to be a complaint or not. It just depends on how you pick it up. I really loved... I don't remember if this was the first movie that this happened or the second movie, but we get introduced to the actual bike inside the car.
Oh, that's the Dark Knight. Yep.
It is the Dark Knight. Okay, cool. I really love the bike. It's awesome. I really hate how that front wheel just tumbles when he does turns. I mean, these are some chunky tires, first of all, which shouldn't be on a bike, especially the front wheel.
Yeah.
But the whole thing just tumbles really fast. I'm like, how is that not like causing it to automatically crash? Like, are you not like just like skidding on what would be like the forks from the steering column or something? I mean, maybe it's skipping because it's tumbling so fast. You skip to the next side of the tire really fast. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't at all.
I don't know. That's another thing where I'm kind of in the suspension of disbelief category.
Gotcha.
You know,
Whatever. It's
I
fake,
love
so
the
who
bike.
cares anyway?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, should it exist? Probably not. Is it cool that it exists? Absolutely.
Sure.
I'm down for it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that then.
Okay. All right. So, out of 5, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Out of 5 scars on your face. I don't know. We'll do that. What do you give this movie?
Probably a 4.
4?
A 4.
I think I would give this one a 4.5.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
I like it that much more than Batman Begins. And that much more than The Dark Knight Rises.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that this is a near perfect Batman movie. Like, honestly.
Interesting. Okay, I could see that. You want to know why I don't give it a higher score? I'm pretty sure I already voiced this complaint with you once. Why don't we get more technology in the Batcave? That's the only thing I'm complaining about. We don't get an upgraded Batcave at all.
Yeah.
Hardly.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Lucius has got all this stuff for him. We clearly see it. But we get nothing as far as a better Batcave goes.
I suppose, but he doesn't really spend all that much time in the Batcave anyway.
No,
he spends
he
most of it out and about.
Out and about.
And you do see him use a lot more gadgets in this one.
You do see more gadgets. But that's kind of why I wanted to see like a bigger Batcave with a bigger, more expanded collection of gadgets. I wanted to see the gadgets. See what creative tanks and and other assortments. And yes, Mr. Wayne, it does come in black. I absolutely love that too. Yes. It's like, yep. We finally caught on, Lucius.
Actually, I think that's the next movie that he said that.
Wow. Same difference.
Speaking of the next movie,
let's go.
The Dark Knight Rises. Initial thoughts, go.
Okay, so as far as the movie goes, this is why it's number 3 on my list. I do not like the pacing of the movie. I think the entire plan is laid out way too soon. You are literally halfway through the movie and you know exactly what's going to happen. And you know what they have to do to stop it.
Yeah.
Until the very end, that is. I did not expect that happening, but we'll get to that at the end, I'm sure. But the only saving grace, I think, because I'm not a big fan of the beginning either. Probably because I was a little upset about how Batman had to hand things off in the last one. But Bane being a better villain than anything in the first movie, I would say is this moving saving grace.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would solidly be last.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's acting in this one definitely helps a lot with Bane and this movie's overall feel. I want to get into my big gripe with this movie, and we kind of talked about the transition between the last movie to this movie when we were talking about The Dark Knight. The reason that the biggest reason you can tell that this movie was supposed to feature the Joker was Jim Gordon's speech. The fact that he had a speech. It was written. He stuck it in his pocket.
Yeah.
It was. Granted, you didn't see it coming until he got washed down the drain and Bane ended up taking it out of his coat pocket.
Yeah.
You didn't see where it was going. But I feel like that's a really like ham-fisted way to get the fact that Harvey Dent isn't who the Gotham police has portrayed him to be up until that point.
Okay.
It would have been handled so much better had Heath Ledger been able to come back. And I mean, the way that they were kind of able to finagle everything around worked, but it didn't work as well as it could have. And that's the speech is my biggest gripe with that. Like 100%.
Did they do any postponement or anything like that? To help this movie along, like, okay, Ledger dies. Clearly, if any plan of having him in it as a return has to be scrapped, did they at least postpone it and give them more time to
This didn't come out until 2012, so they had from the release of the Dark Knight to the release of The Dark Knight Rises, there was a good 4 years. I without looking it up, I couldn't tell you when production started on The Dark Knight Rises, how close that was to the release of The Dark Knight. But I assume that 4 years is probably a good enough time.
They shouldn't have had an issue then.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to their credit, it doesn't feel as terrible as it could have, considering the plan that they apparently had in place.
Yeah.
So,
well, no, we've definitely seen a lot worse examples of mid-change happenings. Star Wars, talking about you.
Yes.
We've seen worse.
Oh, yes.
So, as far as that, I wouldn't have been able to tell, to be honest, if it hadn't have been for Gordon's speech.
Yeah.
I would not have thought anything of it. But the fact that they opened it up with that speech, and he just quietly gets to that point and then starts tucking it away. And like, yeah, he was going to expose him, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And if they hadn't have done that, I probably never would have thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, whatever. You may have played your cards a little bit poorly in that case, but yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe with this movie. Other than that, like you said, everything gets telegraphed pretty early on.
Yep.
I wish that the backbreaking moment was a lot more impactful than it was. I do like the quote that Bane says as it's happening. I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body, but you don't really feel an impact when he brings him down onto his knee.
No.
He just kind of like bounces and then rolls off.
Which is why, because I don't remember there being any like audio component that would have been like, because if I hear backs breaking, I would have cringed. So I would have remembered that for sure.
Yeah.
Unless I was like not paying attention in the slightest, I would have remembered something like that. I hardly remember that scene at all. It wasn't until you asked about it. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It wasn't memorable, obviously. Or it's either that or I'm a piss poor movie watcher. It's one of those two. But
I would say, considering the context of everything else, it's not a necessarily memorable scene. Especially in the context of the movie as a whole.
Yeah. I would say that too, because there's a lot more memorable stuff that happened like that.
Yeah,
like the reveal of a certain character's daughter that we had known. I'm assuming you did, based on previous knowledge, not previous watch.
Yes, when I saw this in the theaters, I was like, yeah, Talia al Ghul. I got it right off the bat, pretty much. Because
I didn't,
and I was trying to
known anything. I almost got it spoiled.
Yeah,
luckily,
almost.
I wasn't paying attention to somebody's.
Yeah, my wife was watching this with us, and she was like, "Oh, hey, David, what do you think it's weird or whatever?" Blah 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 blah. I
heard something about somebody's daughter, but I didn't know who she was talking about.
Yeah,
and I didn't know whose daughter it was. I wasn't thinking about race, so
yeah.
Good thing for her, she didn't. Because had that been spoiled for me at the time that it had been in that particular spot, then that would have given away the, I think, best part of the movie later on.
Yeah. It was definitely a huge reveal. Definitely.
And it was one of the only things that wasn't revealed. Because everything else was.
Yeah.
So, well, except for one final thing, but still. It's like, well, if we knew that at the beginning, we just handed her control of Wayne Industries. You don't think that's going to come back to bite us in the butt later? Luckily, I didn't know. So I was like, oh, is this who this is? Oh, we done screwed up there, didn't we?
Yep.
So I like that. That was good. What was her name? Cover name?
Miranda Tate, I believe.
Miss Tate, that's right. Okay. And she was supposed to be somebody who was trying to invest in this reactor technology? Or?
Yeah, she invested some money into the project in cooperation with Wayne Industries.
So she knew exactly what it was and what it was capable of, basically.
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Makes absolute sense that she'd want to do this, considering who she was.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. What's up with? Did they didn't explain? They did explain, but I didn't pay close enough attention. Bane's mask. What was up with that? Something about not being able to breathe or something.
Well, before we get into that, it'll probably make more sense if we get into the reveal that you're talking about.
Okay, gotcha.
So, the reveal that David is mentioning, if you haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises in the 8 years since it's come out.
Spoiler alert.
My bad. It turns out that Miranda Tate is in fact Talia al Ghul,
yes,
the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. She is born into this prison because Raish, I guess gets he's in a relationship with like some king's daughter or something like that, and she ends up getting pregnant. But she so the king throws Raish into this like prison, which is basically a hole in the ground in the middle of the desert. But she trades her life, well, not her life, but she trades places with him, basically bargaining with her father that if she goes in there with this kid, that Raish would get to leave.
Gotcha.
So Talia grows up in this prison. She eventually escapes.
First one to do so.
Yes, with the help of Bane, who is her like guardian / protector in the movie. She goes out, she finds her father, she comes back, and it turns out that Bane, having tried to protect her from everybody that was going after her while she was escaping, gets badly injured, and the doctor in the prison doesn't really help matters. So they end up taking Bane and creating this mask that kind of dulls the
okay, that's why you wanted to go back and explain who she was. Gotcha.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Because I was like, why do we need to go back?
Yes, it makes a lot more sense with that reveal in place.
Yes, it does, because I don't think I caught that. In fact, I know I didn't catch it because I'm looking at you very intently and like, oh, okay, thank you so much for explaining that, because I didn't know.
What was the other reveal that you're talking about?
What happens to the end of the movie?
with Bruce and Selena?
No. How do you get rid of the bomb?
Oh, the autopilot?
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
That whole thing. I thought that was very interesting because I didn't see that come. I should have, considering Lucius specifically said something about the autopilot like that. We talked about this term once, and I can't remember what it's called now, but I was like, oh, well, this is going to have an effect later on. I just know it. I know this broken autopilot is going to be fixed somehow.
Chekhov's gun.
Thank you, Chekhov's gun.
Talk about that in the first episode of our other podcast,
yes,
podcast from Planet X.
There we go.
Cough, cough. Anyway. Yeah, so it's revealed that at the very, very end, when Bruce is discarding of the nuclear bomb with his plane, that it looks like he dies trying to get it out there. But at some point, he has fixed the autopilot. He turns the autopilot on and he leaves the plane.
Yep.
Basically faking his own death.
Yep.
To finally get rid of start a normal life, basically, away from the Batman.
Yep. Finally, we are done with the Batman character. Because I mean, that's one of the things I was surprised about this entire trilogy was his willingness to let go. Like, when Gotham doesn't need me, I am done. I was really shocked about that. I did not see that going into these trilogies at all. Is that anywhere related to how the comics go, or is that completely out of character?
Not really. I mean, there's been times in the comics where he's not wanted to do it, but I think the motivation for him not really expressing that ideal very often in the comics is because, they're meant to be ongoing, whereas this is a 3-movie deal. This is it. So it's like, it makes more sense for him to want to maybe get away from it a little bit more and kind of close off his character in that way. Put a nice little bow on it, as it were.
That's a very good point. Ties it up nicely. We know the character is done. This is how it was meant to be. No loose ends left.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. I could get behind that because I didn't see that coming. Because they explained how the emergency flood procedure worked. But when Lucius was down there in the tunnel, I was like, oh, well, what do we got to worry about? Unless somehow they think Lucius is going to be a bad guy, and I know that's not the case, unless this movie's really going to throw my brain out the door and be like, no, you know nothing. This is how this goes. And then he's like, oh, crap. And you just see the look on his face, and I'm like, what's going on? And then it starts blinking red and all that. I'm like, oh, oops. Okay, so this is not how this is going to go.
Nope.
How are we going to get rid of this bomb? Enter the plane, which I thought was the best thing out of all of the Batmobile stuff.
I like
the Batwing. They called it the Batwing.
I think they just called it the Bat.
The Bat. That's right. And yes, and this was the one where it comes in black, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Personally, I still like the motorcycle better. Honestly, I think I like the Tumbler better than even the motorcycle. The Tumbler is dope. I love that thing, but I like the the car that the motorcycle comes out of. That's called the Tumbler.
Is it called the Tumbler?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking Bat.
Well, I guess it is the Batmobile too.
It's the
Bat.
But they never called it the Batmobile.
No. They always referred to it as the Tumbler.
Okay.
At least when
I like the Tumbler.
Yeah.
I just kind of like the Batwing a little. The Batwing. The Bat. I like that it could fly.
I mean, I guess, yeah, sure.
Maybe.
I don't know.
My primitive. As he shakes his head at me in disappointment.
I mean, it's your opinion. It might be wrong, but...
Oh, I'm not saying it's right.
Man. Okay. Is there anything else that we haven't touched on that we need to? I talked about the speech. That's probably my biggest...
Your biggest gripe was the speech.
Yeah.
My biggest thing was probably just the fact that they gave away everything way too soon. The only thing that they didn't give away, as far as the solution goes, was going to be the autopilot situation. The only thing that they didn't give away as far as villain goes was Talia al Ghul.
They did give hints for it, because the actor that played Bane, quote unquote, in the prison was played by a girl.
They did. And somebody, I don't remember who.
No, I think I was the one to kind of be like, isn't it weird that Bane is played by a girl in the prison?
It probably was you.
Yeah.
And I because I thought that was Bane that was escaping. I mean, the entire time they explained this, the only person that's done it is this child. Oh, and that's my other gripe. They spent way too long talking about this dang prison. How many times did he fail before he finally got out of there? We saw this for like 30 minutes.
2 or 3 times.
At 3 or 4 separate times.
Yeah.
I was like, get over it. I'm done. We know what's going to happen. We know he has to get out.
Yeah.
Let's just get done with it. We see him fall. I thought the first time somebody else fell with the safety rope. I thought it was a hanging at first. I didn't realize what was going on. I thought they got hung up by the neck. And
I honestly, him falling like 2 or 3 times couldn't have been good for his back.
No, I was getting that too. You'd think that would have snapped him again.
Yeah.
Like, you sure you want to be doing this?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of with you with the whole prison thing. If the backbreaking had been more impactful, maybe I would be a little bit more on board. But
it taking as long as it did?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But as is, it didn't really feel like anything except, oh, maybe I sprained my ankle a little bit. I'm going to hobble around this prison for a little bit longer.
I mean, that's what it looked like. And it didn't look like his back had anything to do with the fact that he didn't make the jump. He just didn't make the jump.
Yeah.
Which nobody else did either. So, I mean, that's not really an indication that Batman's crippled in any sort of way. And that just means that he's not doing it like everybody else is not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's meant to be unescapable. That's the point. So if he gets it first try, then what's that say? Either he's in really, really good shape or everybody else is just terrible.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay with it if I thought it was, like you said, a little bit more impactful. I didn't really realize what had happened, so it tells you how impactful it was. Bane's the saving grace. I'm sticking to that.
Yeah.
The entire movie, I think, is saved by him. That's it. Because everything else is like, okay.
Bane and the way that it ties everything up at the end.
Yes, they did do a good job.
I like that they gave Batman a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was nice.
What was you mentioned a girl?
Selena.
Selena. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
She's Catwoman.
Thank you. Okay. Oh God, didn't talk about Catwoman at all, did we?
She's good in this movie too. She really is. But she's not really, I wouldn't say she's a huge focus. She's in the movies and she's got her own, like, couple scenes, I guess, that are devoted to her, but she's not like, I don't know. She doesn't seem to be the focus to me. The focus is definitely on Bane.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, okay, whatever. She left.
Yeah.
That didn't take a grad student from Harvard to see that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, really? She left? No
Who'da thunk it?
surprise. Who'da thunk it?
Yeah.
Was it ever revealed if they managed to, like, undo the false trades that happened from the beginning? The day trading situation that happened when Selena took Bruce Wayne's fingerprints off the safe, and they did that unauthorized money transaction, which led into Talia being like major shareholder or owning.
I don't think so. From what I remember, he was still in dire financial straits as far as that was concerned.
Gotcha. Okay.
When he quote unquote died.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what are you gonna do, right?
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else that we need to talk about with this one. What would you give this out of 5 bats? The flying plane, not the actual animal.
I was going to say face mask, but out of 5 bats, it's probably the movie itself is going. I'm going to have to do this into 2 parts. Movie itself, honestly, a 2.
A 2.
Bane, 4.5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Joker's a 5.
Yeah.
Actually, he'd probably be more like a 6. There's off the scale goodness going on with that one right there. But overall, I probably just a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at with this one, is a 3. It's not something, I mean, obviously the amount of times I've rewatched it kind of tells you that, but it's not something that I necessarily be like, oh, hey, I want to watch The Dark Knight Rises today, you know?
Yeah. Whereas The Dark Knight might stroke that.
I've watched
that urge.
I've watched that on its own too many times to count. Yeah. And see, that's the nice thing about that movie is maybe it's because it's the middle movie. You don't really need any lead into it or any lead out. It's a really good standalone movie.
What carries over from the first one that is critical information to go into The Dark Knight?
I mean, nothing really. You don't really hear about the League of Shadows in the second one.
No.
The only thing that carries over really is Scarecrow, and he's only in like the first handful of scenes, and then he's never seen again.
Yeah. I mean, he's got nothing important going on.
No. He's a larger character.
Bit better and larger and more influential in the third movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but in this one, in The Dark Knight, not so much.
But as long as you knew who he was, and it was kind of obvious who he was, and the third didn't realize who he was at the time, just because I couldn't see the character way up on a stack of broken books and everything else, doing their vigilante court system, basically. But it's like, oh, yeah, that's definitely something that he would play.
Yep.
It's a role that he would be serving right now. I totally get that. Who else would do it?
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, Dark Knight is definitely, it could be its own standalone movie. If that's all that they made, I would want more, but at the same time, it's like it wrapped up its own strings really well.
Yes,
if they didn't make a third movie,
that one would be fine.
Yeah, it would be all right. It would be a fine ending. I mean, like I said, I did enjoy the way that they wrapped up Batman's story in the third one. I think it tied a bow on everything and made it picture perfect, as it were. But if it ended right where it did in the Dark Knight, would have been all right.
Yeah, I said Bane was the only saving grace for that last movie, but the ending too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give enough credit for the ending. They did tie it off nicely, so the ending as well.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else.
Yeah. I'm with you on the 3 for The Dark Knight Rises, though. It's definitely, like I said at the beginning, it's definitely my least favorite of the 3.
Yep.
It's still an okay Batman movie, but considering what it went up against, even considering the first movie, which is all right in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just okay.
Yeah.
It's not something, like I said, it's not something that I'm just going to pop in randomly if I want to watch a Batman movie.
Nah.
So,
I got you.
Yeah. I think that's where we're going to leave this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Before we leave, the trilogy as a whole, out of 5, what would you give that?
3 1/4.
3 1/4?
3 1/4.
I think I would give it I think I would give it a 3.75. Same, I guess, the same rating as Batman Begins. Kind of averaging out all of my scores.
Yeah, it kind of does. Does.
So, yeah. I enjoy this trilogy as a whole, but there's definitely some high points and some low points. The low points being mostly in The Dark Knight Rises, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But yeah, unless you've got anything else, I think that's where we're gonna leave it.
I think that ties it off pretty nicely. Gives it a little bow, as we said. So.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked, be sure to leave a rating on whatever podcasting platform you happen to be listening on. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of Podcast Period. This episode was hosted and produced by Ben and co-hosted and edited by David. You can contact Ben on Twitter at BenPlaysVidges. That's BenPlays, VIDYAS. And you can contact David on Twitter at Car6by16. If you'd like to chat with us about any of the topics on this episode, you can hit up the show at Podcast Period on Twitter, or shoot us an email at podcastperiodpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a new website that has launched featuring new articles written by us, as well as links to all the episodes. Please visit that at podcastperiod.com. Want to do more for the show, but aren't sure how? We have a Patreon for that. For as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to episodes and so much more, and support the show while doing it. Just go to patreon.com/podcastperiod. Do you love sci-fi movies and shows? So do we. That's why we created the podcast from Planet X, a podcast where we analyze and discuss your favorite pieces of sci-fi media. Check it out at the link in the show notes. That's all for this week. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
This was a Nerdgasm Podcast production.
Well, that was another in a long series of regrettable life choices.
Served at nerdgasmpodcast.com.